Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Monster Heart's Hidden Masters, where we're going to be taking a little step back. Unfortunately, Alice and Katie couldn't make it this week, so we're going to take a little step back together and go and investigate our characters' backstories. Before I get into it, let's go round and do all the introductions and all the other things. We do have some things. Social links. Are you getting some feedback from someone? Gone really quiet now, it's all good. Discord, Twitter, YouTube, go and check all those out. We've got Discord for community, we've got Twitter for getting a game. If you want to get a game, just send me a DM on Twitter. I realised that I took free games out of my 40 games over Christmas. So actually I have another 3 games that have just opened up, so that's another 12 people. So send me a DM, I'll get your game. And YouTube, you can catch up on this series and all the other series. We also have a Patreon. There are free stuff and not free stuff over there. Go and check it out. It's one of the best ways to support us. Truly. So check it out. Also, we have merch, and specifically to the merch site today, there is 2 things. We've released our Christmas logo, which is what you saw on the intro screen, and what you can see over... I hope I'm flipped over there. Am I flipped? Am I flipped? I am flipped! It's over there! You can get that on the Redbubble site now on a Christmas jumper form, and if you use the code FLASH, they are having a flash sale today only, 30% off, so go and check that out too. We also have sponsors, Bird in the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, both of whom help make all of this channel possible, help us keep on streaming these streams and bringing in the new peeps and all that good stuff. If you are interested in that content, you should follow those links. One is a writer who will be bringing content to us in the new year, and Mage Hand Press created Dark Matter, which is the space expansion for D&D 5e, which we were playing in just the previous show. We also have a tweet. Nearly forgot the tweet, but we do have a tweet. The Monster Hearts tweet. Every 10 retweets, we get a plus or minus to the rest of the scene. Going around, let's say hello. Dingo, hello.
Hello. I'm Dingo. I usually play Claudia Harper, the Sasquatch, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Thank you. And Meg. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Meg, and I play Quinn. Her skin in Monster Hearts is the Fae, and we also both use she, her pronouns.
I usually play Elvis. Elvis, he's a werewolf, but he's a good boy. He's a good pupper. I think Elvis uses he, him, and I'm fairly ambivalent. You can use any pronouns you like for me. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start each session. We're going to go through and we're going to do some individual sessions of snippets of backstory. The way we're going to do that is 2 of us are going to ask one of us a question, which can take any form, really, of do you remember such and such? The answer to which can be yes and, or no but. And we will go from there, and we'll pick up NPCs and sort of like co-DM for the other person. Do we have any volunteers on who would like to go first? Everyone takes a step backward. I can go first if you guys would like.
Yeah, it's like kind of demonstrate.
Yeah, sure. So, what would you like Elvis to remember?
Oh, I want Elvis. Does he remember his worst date?
No, he don't remember a date. He's not been on many dates, but he does remember a girl he real liked back when he was first in high school. When he was in high school the first time round, she was real pretty. She had like long hair and she smelled real nice. And he used to try and hang out around her locker all the time. But he never really spoke to her. He just used to sort of like look and hope that she'd speak to him.
Does remember her name?
Yeah, her name was it was Lorena.
Lorena.
She was like had Italian blood or something.
Oh.
So cute.
This was in high school. You know, we used to go to class together.
Did Elvis ever talk to her?
There was just the one time when it was coming up to prom time, and Elvis, I mustered up all my courage. I went and bought her some flowers. I say bought, I went and picked wildflowers, because I knows where they grow, because I spend all my time out in the woods. But, I went and picked a load of wildflowers, and I gathered them all up, and I waited for her in the locker rooms, so that we could, so that I could ask her if she wanted to go to the prom with me. But she never turned up for school that day.
She never turned up for school that day.
No, I went back to her house, and they'd all mysteriously packed up and left too.
Oh no. So Scrat, I have a question about like how this sort of transitions into scenes, or is this more like
anytime? Basically, I'm gonna just keep throwing out things that could be hooks, and as soon as you guys get one that you like, make it a scene. Go for it, and you guys can snap up NPCs or anything like that. Like if one of you guys wants to be Lorena, we could wind that back a little bit until I made her disappear, or something like that, or absolutely, it's complete improv. Whenever you find something that you want to jump in on it.
Yeah, I think I'd like to rewind
Sure.
over to Elvis picking wildflowers and waiting for Lorena in the locker rooms, did you say?
Well, no, you know, like in the halls, they've got all the lockers. I don't know what you Americans call them. Corridors, I suppose.
Locker bay.
My high school didn't have lockers, so I don't know.
Well, they're in all of your sitcoms.
My school was very, very tiny.
Okay, so in my school we had locker bays, but I think most of the time the lockers are just in the hallways. In a lot of smaller schools that have lockers.
Yeah, I used to stand by her locker every day in the hallway. I knew her code and everything, but I never used it.
Yeah, I think Lorena comes up to her locker like usual, and she sort of side eyes you like usual, gives you a little awkward wave, and starts putting in her combination, starts pulling her things out, and kind of slams it shut. And she looks over at you.
Good morning, Lorena.
Good morning.
Hi. I picked you some flowers.
These are lovely. Who are you?
I'm Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah, we've been in the same school year all year.
Do we have any classes together, or?
No. But
Okay.
our lockers are real close, and you know I'm always here.
Yeah, I guess I might have seen you around.
So you know the prom's coming up.
Oh yeah, the prom, right. Listen, these flowers were really nice. I'm just gonna put them right here. She opens her locker back up. She kind of sets them in there, so they don't get lost. This was nice. I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah, okay. I'll see you around. Yeah, okay. You like the flowers? Good. Okay, good. That's good. That's good progress. Okay, good.
Progress on what?
Oh, nothing at all. Well, I'm wondering. I mean, like I said, the prom's coming up soon, and well, you're real pretty, and I was wondering if more just thinking, really, if you had anyone to go to the prom with.
Well, I guess I don't right now. Why? Do you have anybody to go to prom with?
I He's like snatches off his hat. No, not to say I do. No, but I'd awfully like someone to go to the prom with. And I thought, well, since our lockers are so close, and you're real pretty, and I got you some flowers, I thought maybe we could go together.
Yeah, that seems like the best basis for a prom date. Well, Elvis, I've got a couple offers sitting around, but I think I can give you maybe a solid maybe.
A solid maybe. I'll gratefully accept a solid maybe. Yep. That's not a no. That's.
I mean, it's not a yes either.
All right. I don't mind waiting around. That's okay. I'm a solid maybe. I'll take that. A solid maybe.
And by that point, I think Tahina and we'll say Sarah come up and they kind of give you a look, and they come up behind Lorena. And Sarah looks you up and down. Lorena, is this freak bothering you? No, not really. He just came to give me some flowers. And Sarah goes, "Oh, flowers. That sounds nice."
I picked them myself from the woods.
Oh, how cute. He didn't even spend money on them. So he's cheap. Anyway, Elvis, I'll get back to you later in the week.
Okay, yeah, I'll look forward to that. Okay, great. I'll speak to you later in the week. I mean, our lockers are right close. I'm sure I'll see you sometime. I'll see you around. And Elvis is not going to run, but he's going to briskly walk away.
Yeah, you hear all three of them giggling behind you as you leave. Oh, my heart breaks for Elvis now.
Oh, yeah, Elvis will get out of the building. I guess, how old are we? Like, he's actually like 16 at this time, probably. So you probably can't drive or anything like that yet. Is that high school age? You tell me. That's UK high school age. Yeah?
16?
16? Yeah.
Like the sophomore year, I want to say.
Sure. Okay, well, you tell me. When would it make sense for him to have like a prom? What sort of age would that be?
We usually have prom junior or senior year.
So it'd be 17, 18.
Okay, so 17. He was actually one of the youngest in the year. Ironic. Yeah, and he won't be able to. You can't drive at 17 out there, can you?
You can.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, he'll go and probably hop in a beat up old truck that he's been fixing up, and he's just gonna drive off to drive back to the motel actually where his mum works.
Oh, yeah. Where are you going in this motel? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm looking for my ma. I need to have a chat. Stuff happened.
Yeah, You pull up to the motel, and your mom's standing outside smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I'll just pull right on up and I'll hop out of the truck and I'll be like, hi, Mom.
Well, hey there, Elvis.
How's it going today?
I mean, business has been fine, I guess. So what? Aren't you supposed to be in school, boy?
Well, yeah, but you know that they don't much teach us nothing anyway. I'll just do the tests and stuff, and I'm sure everything will be okay. I'll turn up for them. But say something happened today, and I could real use bouncing it off a soundboard at someone.
Something happened today. That
Well,
sounds interesting. What'd you do, boy?
nothing bad, nothing bad. I spoke to that girl, Lorena.
Oh, what was her? Lorena. That's right. I remember you going out yesterday and picking flowers for her. How'd that go over?
Can you tell me exactly what it is when a girl says that they're gonna give you a solid maybe? Is that good or bad?
She takes a long drag of her cigarette. She flicks it. Oh, Elvis. I mean, I know it's technically not a no.
That's what I said. That's not a no. And she said it ain't a yes either, but a solid maybe, right?
Right. But here's the thing, Elvis. When a girl says maybe, it's very likely. Now, I'm not saying that this is the case. It could be that she comes around. I just don't want to see you disappointed. So I'm going to tell you, when a girl says maybe, oftentimes it's a way for her to nicely say no without having to say no. Does that make sense, honey?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I kind of figured her friends turned up and called me a cheap freak.
They called you what now?
They said I was a cheap freak.
Now, which girls were these? I will have a talk with their mama in a split.
Nah, you don't. You don't have. I can fight my own. You don't have to get involved. It's okay. I mean, everyone has stuff like that they got to deal with. I guess. I just,
Well, nobody's gonna talk to my baby that way.
Well, I mean, they only said it like
wrong with picking your own flowers? It's thoughtful.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought it took a lot longer than walking to a store, but.
You're absolutely right, Elvis. And you know what? If she didn't appreciate them, then she's not the gal for you.
Okay, Mama.
Chin up, baby.
So what you got planned today? You just working?
Yeah, I'm just working today. I'll probably be working pretty late.
Did they have any word on getting me a job up here?
I mean, probably not the kind of work I do, Elvis, but I can see maybe about getting you some kind of janitor position. Cleaning out rooms and that. Can't be too hard. Or, I don't know, maybe it can be.
I just need gas money. I mean, I can keep hunting, but.
Well, honey, if you just need gas money, all you gotta do is ask.
I know, but I'm getting to be grown up, man. I wanna fend for myself. I wanna go and win bread.
That's my boy. Why don't you look at the gas station? See if they got anything open. Can't be too hard, right? Easy money.
Yeah, it can't be too hard.
You gonna be okay?
Oh, you know, I mean, Lorraine. Who's Lorena? You know, I'll be all right.
Elvis, it's okay to be disappointed.
I am a little bit disappointed.
Yeah, kind of hurts, don't it?
I know you don't much like to talk about it, but what happened between you and Pa?
Well, me and your daddy just. You know, Elvis, sometimes you find someone that you love so much and so deeply, but that love, it it brings out the worst in the both of you. And I think that's kind of what happened between me and your daddy. You know, we weren't our best selves with each other, and you got to find someone that you can be your best self with. That and he was a cheating asshole, but we don't talk about that now, do we?
Yeah, Elvis knows the warning signs. He's like, all right, well, I better go check out that gas station, eh? Like, he goes, he's gonna go and quickly give his mum a kiss on the cheek, and then run, probably head back over to his truck, and maybe actually drive back to school.
Yeah, she waves you off. Drive safe.
You know it, he says. Tie spin. Yeehaw!
Yeah, and you head back to school. Do we want to end the scene there, or
Yeah, we
I don't
can
know?
end-
I don't know how long this works.
We can end it there. We can go around to someone else, and we can pick another scene later on or something. This is nice. I think I'm
liking this.
Yeah, I think we should. I'd like to hear some more about Quinn next, because Quinn has got the most juicy family business going on.
Apparently.
I don't know what I want to know though.
So much juice.
How much juice?
Where do you get your juice? My mom does all the grocery shopping. Sorry, that's a quote from something. I want to know something about Chloe.
Yeah.
So much juice there.
I feel like we already know like the most juice about Chloe though. Like she has demon powers and she sacrificed her friends.
Yeah. So, Quinn.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time that you and Chloe fell out?
Oh, like the first time that things got weird between us as sisters.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I feel like there would have been a point after Chloe kind of figured out what was going on, like with the whole family dynamic situation, where they would have some kind of sibling fight, and Chloe would have like done that older sibling thing where she convinces Quinn that she's adopted, like, yeah, well, mom and dad don't love you as much because you're adopted, or something like that. And Quinn got really upset about it, and then of course her parents like reassured her and was like, no, but like I feel like later on Quinn would kind of sit there and be like, wow, that was a dick move. Like, jerk. But yeah, so probably like younger sibling thing where she just kind of picked on her and probably like never really felt like she kind of fit into the family quite as much as Chloe. Like Chloe was always like better grades, better clothes, like all of that.
Did your parents ever address that with you? Like, were they cool, or did they ever like compare you guys?
I feel like it would have been that thing where there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of communication going on in the Willoughby family. So I kind of get the feeling that it was always mostly like dad is like, I'm trying to remember how Katie characterized my parents.
They were quite strict, weren't they? I remember them to be quite strict.
Yeah. They were kind of strict, but they were also always at work. So it was kind of that thing where Quinn never really saw them that much. But when they were home, she like was basically always in trouble, or like no one was talking, sort of thing. So yeah, it was always that weird balance of like trying to get some kind of attention, but not really like getting any. Because any attention that Quinn ever got was not outright negative. Like, it wasn't like yelling or anything. It was just kind of like, why did you do that? Or I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Why don't we pick up a scene somewhere there? Maybe you're
Sure.
at home. Maybe it's like a long weekend or something.
Yeah.
I'll gladly take Dad if you want to take Mom, Dingo, and like. It's been a whole weekend, and as father figure, I've just been like sitting reading the paper the whole time. Occasionally speaking to Chloe, but I haven't said a word to you all weekend.
So, she would probably eventually like emerge from her room, kind of where she's basically been sitting like on her computer or watching TV like all weekend, and kind of come downstairs and kind of sit on the couch by Chloe and her family and see like what's going on. Just to like, hey, are we having dinner together tonight, or should I just get takeout or something?
Well, I wasn't really. Well, I suppose we could do dinner tonight. All together at the table. That'd be nice for once. I don't think we've done that once all weekend.
Okay.
What would you all like for dinner?
I don't really mind. I just kind of sit and spend time with people. Chloe, what do you want?
Chloe will just sort of something tasty. Maybe like English meal straight away. I've gone straight to bangers and mash. That's not gonna work. Maybe hot dogs. It's like really American.
Chloe, we're not having hot dogs again tonight. We had hot dogs 4 times last week.
My friend said about American fried rice. That sounds real nice.
What about... Well, I don't think we have anything for lasagna, but if you two girls could go to the store for me. Pick up some sauce, noodles.
I guess we could do that.
And your mom kind of runs into the kitchen and starts scribbling down a list.
And then kind of awkwardly stands there as she waits for like the list, and is kind of like, Dad, you didn't say anything. Did you want anything?
Sorry?
Oh, we were talking about maybe sitting down and having dinner together. Chloe and I were gonna run to the store, but you didn't, like, did you want anything?
No, I'll be fine. I'm gonna head down to the bar later on.
Oh, okay.
I'll grab a meal there over the match. Over the game. Put a game over there, mate.
Yeah. Your mom walks back in. All right, there's everything you need. You can just grab my wallet out of my purse. Did I hear you were going to the bar tonight?
Yep. Yeah, we're heading down with Tommy. Tommy and Derek are down there. We'll be watching the game.
You don't think that maybe you'd like to be home for one night? We're gonna have lasagna.
Like folds the paper. Yeah, okay, I'll give the boys a ring and make sure I'm not canceling on anything important.
Good. I think your girls would like to see you for once.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Quinn kind of gives Chloe that, like, sibling, oh god, kind of look. Like, know what, she doesn't want to say anything and escalate, like, the parents.
I think Chloe has, like, a sort of smile on her face, and as her dad leaves the room, he ruffles Chloe's hair.
Okay. Well, so we have the list. Chloe, did you want to drive, or I can, like, ride my bike over there, I guess?
Yeah, we can take our bikes.
Okay, cool.
Just be back before 7, you two.
Sure.
And your mom kind of walks upstairs. And before you guys even leave, you can already hear the shouting.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Quinn kind of, like, looks over at Chloe and is like, I'm glad we got out of there. Maybe my idea for tonight wasn't right after all, but...
So what do you actually want to do?
Oh, do you not want to go? Mom said be home by 7.
Yeah, but... I mean, she was like, take whatever you need from her purse. We've got like $20.
How much does this stuff cost, though? I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, it probably won't be that much. Why don't we head over to the arcade or somewhere else? I heard there's some cool guys hanging out down there.
Cloud Hideout Tavern turns a blind eye to underage folks.
What I said in that strange voice.
And Quinn's just kind of like, okay, wherever you want to go, as long as we're home at a reasonable time and have all the stuff Mom needs.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. That'll be fine.
Okay, and she'll just kind of get on the bike and follow you.
Yeah, so we're gonna go. Where did you say?
It's in our points of interest list. There's a place called Cloud Hideout Tavern.
Oh yeah. Hang on, I don't have points of interest list open.
Yeah, maybe I should look at that.
Here's your lesson plan.
Cloud Hideout. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy alcohol.
Yeah, we can go and get some real fancy drinks at this at that place, the Cloud Hideout. The Cloud Hideout Tavern. That was too hard.
We have to change it to Clyde Hideout. Sorry, Kate.
Come on, I tried some last weekend. They were great.
What? Wait, say that one more time.
We should go and grab some fancy drinks at the Cloud Hideout Tavern. I tried some last weekend. They were great.
Oh, aren't those like alcoholic?
What, you've never had a drink before, Quinn? Come on.
I mean, it's illegal, so it's not like I could get my hands on them or anything. I'll try one. I want to get like drunk, like mom and dad tell.
The Cloud Hideout like totally turns a blind eye. It'll be fine.
Okay, all right. I'll try one, and then we go to the store, and then we go home. Okay.
Sure. We head over to the Cloud Hideout.
Yeah, you guys get there and it's this blink and you miss it roadside tavern. There's a bunch of bikes out front, like motorcycles, not like bicycles. And yeah, you get in there and it's probably still what, like 3 p.m. So it's not particularly poppin', but there's a few people in here. And the bartender behind the bar kind of gives you a nod, Chloe.
She like nods and like flicks her hair, and she's like, "I was hanging out with this guy last weekend. His name's Francis, and things have really been popping with me and him. So don't ruin it for me."
Yeah, Quinn's just gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna ruin anything for you. Like, I don't care who you're dating. And she's just kind of like be very uncomfortable the entire time. By the way, is this where like our dad's friends are gonna be? Like, out of character? Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
All right. So it's down. Go for it. Sorry.
Yeah, Francis looks at the two of you and says, "Hey, Chloe, what are you wanting today?"
She's gonna go like real silly and do the whole like, "Oh, I don't know. I just wanted to come and hang out, you know."
I see. You didn't want anything to drink. You just want to hang out in this shitty tavern.
Oh well, if you know, maybe a Long Island iced tea wouldn't go too far amiss. I bought my sister.
All right.
This is Quinn.
Hi.
Quinn. Good to meet you. Do you want anything, or are you just here for the sights?
Well,
And he kind of gives you a wink.
so Quinn is like really awkward. She doesn't really know anything, and she goes, I don't know, like I don't know what's even good to drink. Like,
Try what I'm having. It's real nice.
okay, I guess iced tea isn't too bad.
Yeah, you know, just a couple of iced teas. And he turns around, he makes them real fast, and he sets them down in front of the two of you. Enjoy your tea.
Thanks, Francis. She doesn't actually do that. That was to a follower, but you know.
I like to think that she did.
Now she did. Thanks, Francis.
And
Yeah,
Quinn,
he kind of just gives you
like
the look.
totally. She's just like utterly disgusted by her sister. Like, why are you acting like this kind of thing?
I think he steps out back for a moment.
Okay. What do you think? She says, taking a long.
Of Francis, I guess he's cute. Like, obviously not for me, but like, I guess you guys would look cute together. And she just kind of like sips on her drink a little bit.
I meant the drink. Of course, Francis is cute. Look at him. Look at me.
Oh my gosh. Quinn has no idea how to act in here, so she's just like, kind of, to everything Chloe says and like drinking her drink.
Would you loosen up? You're so like stressed out. Just relax. Drink your drink. That'll help.
What if we get in trouble?
Trust me, after 2 of those, you won't be worrying about that.
I said one drink. Chloe. But she's still like, she's just kind of going for it because Long Island iced teas have that weird way of just not tasting like alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's so much alcohol.
Well, I mean, I think what she's probably gonna do is she's gonna wait for you to finish the first one and then just replace it with a full one and see what happens.
Okay. Like while I'm looking away or something.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think Francis, by the time he comes back, he has another one ready.
Yeah, if he just like slides a second one in front of her, she's gonna be like too like nervous and socially awkward to just say, "Oh, I only wanted one" or anything. And she'll just be like, "Thanks," and start drinking it.
You know, you've got to start getting used to this stuff like now, otherwise everyone's gonna think you're a lightweight at college.
I have a while till college. I can get used to it.
I'm just saying, you've got to build things up over time.
And she just kind of nods and like keeps drinking, but at this time she's starting to. It's that first wave, like the warmth is there.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So around this sort of time, I imagine Chloe would be looking around the tavern to see who else is around.
I don't think there's any of like. Actually, that's not true.
So there are a load of bikes outside. So
yeah. I think you see one of the local like biker gangs kind of holed up in the corner, probably around. Oh, there's definitely a pool table. Probably around a pool table. They're taking turns. They're sort of laughing and chuckling amongst themselves. A couple of them are giving you guys some like looks, but they're primarily keeping to themselves.
you see the way that guy looked at you?
The guys here, they're all like old, aside from like Francis.
Yeah, but you know, it's good practice, right? Why don't you head over and play pool with him?
And aside from Jake, who is also playing pool with them, and you recognize him as one of your classmates.
See, Jake, he's one of our classmates.
Okay, I'm really not good at pool, but I guess that's okay. And she kind of stands up, and that thing happens where she like stands up and is like, "Oh," and she kind of like tries to walk over there, but her feet just kind of feel like way weirder than usual. But she's not quite like wasted or anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But she walks up and she's like, "Hey Jake, you guys got room in your game of pool?"
Jake turns his head and he looks at you. Yeah, I guess we got some room. You what are you doing here? This doesn't really seem like your scene.
She leans in and is like, "My sister brought me here. I'm just kind of like trying to figure out what to do. I already drank, so."
Chloe, right?
Yeah. I think she has a thing with the bartender.
Yeah, it's really gross. They're macking on each other all the time in here.
Disgusting.
Do you know how to play pool? Or You're just looking for an excuse to talk to me.
Honestly, I was just looking for something to do, and I'm not like super great at pool or anything, but like you're the only person in here besides Chloe that I know, so.
Right. Well, why don't I show you then? And he pulls down another cue stick and he hands it to you.
Okay.
You don't want to take that, and it's and you put it, and he kind of puts his arms around you and shows you how to hold the stick and lines it up with the cue ball.
Mm.
And I know it sounds really simple, but you're just gonna wanna hit it, and it's harder than it looks, but go ahead and give it a shot.
Okay, Quinn aims and tries to like hit it, but the first time like the pool stick just totally goes past the ball. Like,
Just plonk.
Yeah. Like, completely in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he chuckles at you, and that's okay. Everyone biffs it on their first time. How many drinks did you say you've had so far?
Just 2, but I'm starting to think they had more alcohol in them than I think they did.
Well, what'd you get?
Well, my sister said something about iced teas, and they just... Is that bad? Did they put a lot of alcohol in those?
Oh no, Quinn.
Oh no.
You are too nice of a girl to be in a place like this, drinking Long Island iced teas. You know how much alcohol's in that?
No.
He kind of gives a look to some of the other bikers, and they all kind of laugh.
Quinn kind of like looks down in a way and is like, oh no. Like, I knew this was I was just supposed to go to the store for my mom, but now we're here. Oh, and I'm probably not gonna...
You keep saying we, but I'm not seeing Chloe anywhere.
And Quinn kind of like...
past you.
Yeah, Quinn kind of like looks back at the table where we have been sitting and looks around, and I'm assuming she just like does not see Chloe anywhere. And I'm assuming
where she was in is empty, and I mean Francis is still there, but
oh, okay. In that case, I'm actually going to walk up to Francis and be like, "Hey, where'd Chloe go?"
Francis is cleaning out a glass. Beats me.
Oh, okay.
She didn't pay the tab, so unless you're looking for another drink.
Oh, how much is it?
Oh God, now I have to think about how much 2 Long Island iced teas are. 3.
It's gonna be like what, $15 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Probably more. Because it's probably about $9 each. So I don't know. Listen, it's expensive here.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think if Quinn would have like cash besides the 20 that her mom gave her. I mean, I'm sure she... Well, Chloe...
You don't have the 20.
Oh,
that
right.
You guys took.
Chloe has all the money. Okay. All right, Quinn's gonna be like, listen, Chloe had all the cash. I guess I can try to call her.
I guess I could settle it with your dad if you wanted. He's in here all the time.
Yeah, he's not gonna be tonight. We're supposed to be having dinner at home, like as a whole family tonight. So
you're gonna go to your family dinner drunk. And this Jake, he's walking up behind you.
Jake is.
Mm-hmm.
And Quinn's.
You may want to wait a while.
Yeah, and she's gonna like check the time on her phone. What time is it?
You guys have probably been here for a couple hours, so maybe like 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Oh gosh. All right.
Listen, if you need money, we got a little bit of a bet going on this game. If you want to get in on it, see if you can win some money at pool. Or you can just let your dad pay your tab and let him know that you've been at a bar drinking.
I really probably shouldn't be playing pool like this. I don't even really know how to play pool, and on top of that, I'm kind of feeling it at this point. And she's like, kind of just totally disoriented and like kind of swaying around a little bit. And she's like,
Can I ask for a roll here? I kind of want to ask for a roll.
Yes.
Well, shut someone down.
Okay. That's cold, right? I never.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm really bad at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Jake kind of throws his arm over your shoulder. No, you're a natural. You'll be fine. Come on, just play a couple rounds. And he sort of pulls you over to the pool table and hands you your stick again. Come on.
All right, I guess it's worth a shot.
I want you to roll to keep your cool.
Okay. Is that also cold, or what is that? I can't read.
That is also cold.
Yeah, that's what you think I'd know everything by now. Also fail. This dice roller hates.
So I'm gonna tell you how this is gonna resolve.
Okay.
If you don't find a way to back out of this pool game, and this isn't necessarily bad, but you're gonna have way too much fun. You're gonna wind up staying here, drinking and playing pool till probably about 8 or 9.
You know, if she is continuing, this is Quinn's first time drinking, and she's also like she's not a big person. She's pretty like twiggy. Eventually,
Listen,
I think
2 Long Island iced teas will mess me up.
Yeah, eventually she's just gonna like totally pass out. Like if she doesn't just fall over, she's going to like sit down at one of the tables and like.
Don't puke on the pool table. Don't puke on the pool table. Everyone will hate you forever.
I don't know. Here's the thing: is that she imbibes so much alcohol so fast, and she's so small and young. Like I don't know if she would actually get to the vomiting. I think she might actually fall asleep. You know?
Yeah. I think that's a good reaction. You fall asleep, and you are. Ooh, how do I want to do this?
How do you want to do this?
You are woken by Jake, who kind of shakes you a little bit and says, "Hey, Quinn."
Yeah. What? And she's so woozy, and kind of like rubbing her eyes and like, oh my gosh, what time is it?
It's about 9. I think I spotted a couple of your dad's friends in here, so...
Yeah, I think Tommy walks over. Like, hey, ain't you Quinn?
Oh my gosh, hi, and she just kind of like stands up and kind of like knocks over the chair she was sitting in, and it's like, oh my gosh, did Chloe ever come back? She left me here.
Ain't you supposed to be at home? I thought your dad couldn't come out tonight because you were having some sort of family dinner or something.
Yeah, we were supposed to. Me and Chloe were supposed to go to the store, but she just like, she left me here. I don't know where.
Do you need a ride home? I can give you a ride home if you like.
I probably do. I shouldn't ride my bike back.
No, you should not.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
I'll help you throw the bike in the back, Quinn. And Jake kind of follows the two of you out, puts the bike in the back of Tommy's truck. I just assume everyone in this town has a truck.
It's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Tommy will drive you back. Oh, I bet the world is spinning. First car ride drunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like, I think she's just gonna do that thing where like she just like totally leans back in the chair and is just kind of doing this, like leaning her head back and covering her eyes.
What's Quinn's mum's name again?
Oh shoot, I don't even remember her name.
I don't remember either.
I don't know if she ever got a name.
Do you want to name her now?
Sure. Her name is. Let's call Quinn's mom. Suddenly, you know, when you have to think of a name, it just like all goes away.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be Karen.
Maybe you'll come back round again here, and I'm real sorry, Karen. I found her at the bar. She was out of it.
I'm sorry, you found her where now?
At the bar, were we supposed to be meeting up with your dad, David? Did he have a name?
Wait, is this Tommy talking to Karen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Quinn's in this passenger seat. I think she's passed out again on the passenger seat.
Yeah, Karen walks around. She opens the door and she shakes Quinn. Quinn, wake up.
Oh my gosh, Mom, I'm so sorry.
You get your ass in the house right now.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I can explain. And just like kind of gets out of the car and like runs quote unquote as best as she can kind of into the house, maybe like stumbles a little on the way in.
Thank you, Tommy. I don't know what's gotten into that girl.
Well, glad to be here. I'm gonna get back to the game. I'll catch you later. Say hi to David for me.
I will. Night, Tommy.
Night.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Yeah, and she follows you storming into the house. And she sits you down at the kitchen table, sort of grabbing you by the arm. Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry. I just like Chloe was talking about like she wanted to see this guy that worked at the bar, and then so like we stopped by the bar on the way to the store, and I don't know, she bought me these 2 drinks. I thought they were just iced teas, but they like had apparently had a lot of alcohol in them, and I drank them, and then I went to go play pool, and then
so you're trying to pin this on your sister who went to the store and came home.
She left me there. I don't know where she went. She just left me at the bar. I didn't know what to do, and then she didn't pay the tab and had all the money, so I was trying to win the pool so that I could pay Francis back.
You were playing pool at a bar and drinking. You smell awful.
Sorry.
I don't want to hear it because you're going to have to explain it to your father.
Okay.
And I don't want to hear anything more about you trying to pin this on Chloe because Chloe said you were the one who rode off on your bike alone while she was trying to go to the store.
No, we went there together. She wanted to talk to the guy who worked there.
I don't want to hear it. And she storms out of the kitchen. She yells, David!
Yep.
And you can hear her pulling him down the stairs. You go in there and you talk to your daughter about what she's done.
He walks in, takes like one sniff, goes over and pours a pint of water, puts it in front of you. You're going to need to drink that first.
And then she just kind of like downs the whole thing.
Not too fast, you'll make yourself throw up.
And she like stops for a second and then drinks more slowly. And then sets it down.
Is this what you've been doing, Quinn, instead of school? Going out
No.
and drinking?
No.
Is that why your grades are so bad?
This is the first time that it's happened. I got stranded there.
Stranded? What were you doing there in the first place?
Well, Chloe just wanted to say hi to the bartender. And then she...
Chloe didn't go anywhere near the bar. Chloe went to the store and I picked her up on the way back.
No, that's what I'm trying... Like, she's lying. We went together. She's the one who got me the drinks.
She said you bolted off on your bike. Who am I supposed to believe?
I didn't have any money with me. What was I supposed to do? I wasn't gonna just go to the bar and like drink with no money on me.
No, you were just going to play pool for money. I cannot deal with you. I just cannot deal with you.
I don't know what to say to you. I'm not even angry, I'm just disappointed.
And Quinn just like, she knows that she's not going to say anything that convinces her parents, and she's like, I think I should probably just go to bed, and I don't know, I'll be normal tomorrow, and you guys can ground me or whatever you want to do.
Damn right you're grounded.
And she's gonna kind of go up the stairs.
And that's just for a start. We'll talk about this in the morning.
And she just ignores him as she... Is Chloe in her room or anything?
Yeah, you hear the sound of Chloe's obnoxious music coming from her room.
I'm trying to think if Quinn would like confront her, because I know that sober Quinn wouldn't, but I don't know if drunk.
Listen, drunk Quinn is very confrontational, as we learned last session.
Let's see. I think she would. Yeah, I think she actually would like open Chloe's bedroom door and like walk inside and be like, what the hell were you doing?
What are you talking about, Quinn?
You just ditched me at the bar and let me take the fall for it.
She's like flicking a magazine. I didn't go to the bar today.
Yeah, you did. You went to the bar and you bought me those drinks that I thought weren't that bad.
Oh my god, you were drinking at a bar? She's like saying with this like full of shit smile on her face.
And Quinn is going to just like stare at her in shock for a second. I don't know what to do here. Because I know she doesn't want to get more in trouble, but... She is going to grab the radio that's playing her music and throw it across the room.
Chloe, what the hell? Quinn, what the hell? Mom!
You can't just always, like, back me into a corner and expect me to take the fall for it. And she's just going to, like, run out of the room into her room and, like, lock the door.
Seems like a...
Actually, I want you to roll to run away for that.
Okay, yeah. I can do that. Let me see if I suck at rolling still. Let's see. Okay. Partial succeed.
I don't know what you would run into that would be worse. But I kind of want to make you run into something worse. Grad, any thoughts?
The only thing I can think of is if you were to, like, leave the house, but that's sort of like playing with your free will.
Yeah.
Oh, what if like there's a magazine or something on the way to your house, which is looking up at like do you guys have like boarding school?
Yeah, we have boarding schools.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're looking at like a military school or something to send you to.
Yeah, I think on your way into your room, you hear your parents discussing sending you to some kind of like religious boarding school. Like a Catholic girls' school or something.
Quinn, I think at this point, she's just like utterly exhausted, like kind of like at that point of drunkenness where she's more tired than actually feeling like the effects of being drunk. And she just kind of stands up like top of the stairs listening to them for a second and then actually just runs into her room and just decides not to deal with it.
Slamming the door shut.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think she will slam the door loud enough for them to hear.
Oh, my butt would get whooped for that.
I know, mine too.
No, in our house.
Same.
That seems like a good place. Would you like to end there?
Yeah, I'm good with ending that. That's fine.
So hi, Claudia.
Hi.
God, that was too much fun.
That was a ton of fun.
The drama.
Drama. Anybody have any questions for Claudia?
I'm trying to think.
I'm racking my brains. At first, I was thinking of like something along the first time she heard of werewolves and stuff, but I was like, yeah. Claudia.
I feel like she had a fairly happy upbringing, so it's kind of hard to think of like.
Yeah. But there's plenty of mystery there.
Yeah.
Claudia, do you ever remember your dad acting weird when you were growing up? about you.
My dad acting weird about me when I was growing up. Yes. And I remember as a kid running around in the diner and hearing my parents talking in hushed voices. And I remember my dad walking out into the woods a lot after dinner. And I would try to follow him, but it was always hard to keep up on my little legs. And my mom would always run out and pick me up and pull me back inside, try to distract me with toys. And it usually worked. I was an easily distractible kid. I remember him acting weird during my haircuts too. I had a lot of them. I had a haircut a week.
Yep. Yep.
But I don't know. I think the weirdest my dad ever acted, I think, was after my mom died. And he would spend a lot of time locked up in his room. He would come out sometimes, but he started doing that thing again where he would just wander off into the woods.
Did you try to follow him?
Yeah. I would follow him out and he'd head to the trestle over the Sidewinder River. He'd follow along the banks. And I'd try to keep as quiet as I could. And around that time, Elliot would they'd come with me, and always kind of my partner in crime.
Yeah. Does Claudia in like modern time know about Elliot's shape changing, or was that a surprise to her?
It was a surprise to her.
Okay.
She didn't know.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seat.
Okay. So, yeah. What was the scariest thing that happened to you on one of these excursions?
Oh, the scariest thing. It was really late at night, and we had gone out, and after a while, we had lost track of my dad, and so we just started goofing off and running around, and we'd started playing hide and seek, and that was fun for a little while. And we decided it was the first time that we had crossed over the trestle. We were never allowed to walk over it. But we had kind of dared each other. You know, I dare you to, you know, run out 15 steps, or, you know, I dare you to run out 20, or
Yeah, touch that tree.
yeah, go touch that tree. And finally we got brave enough to cross together. And when we were about halfway across, they looked up and they pointed at something off in the woods across the river, and it was kind of hard to hear because, you know, river's loud. But it sounded like they said, "Did you see that?" And it looked as though something very, very tall, very dark, very lanky was just walking past. And next to it, there was something smaller that kept jumping forward and moving back and jumping forward and moving back. And we didn't know what it was. We could barely even see it, but we could see its eyes. And we froze in the middle of the trestle because we didn't know what to do.
I guess a long moment passes, and then Elliot, want to get closer and have a look?
I don't know. Maybe we should just turn around and go back. I mean, it's probably nothing, right?
I mean, if you're scared, you can pick up a stick or something.
I'm not scared.
You sound scared.
I don't sound scared. You sound scared.
Well, I'm just suggesting that we go closer, that's all. I mean, if you're scared, we can head back. Yeah,
I'm not scared. And Claudia starts charging forward on the trestle, trying to keep her balance over the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And she reaches the other side, looking to see if she sees it again. Did you? And she turns around and looks at them. Did you bring a flashlight?
No? Did you?
Elliot? No!
What?
I told you to bring the flashlight.
Yeah, but it was out of batteries, so I just assumed you'd bring one as well.
But you know there's batteries behind the counter.
No, I didn't pick up a flashlight.
That's fine. We don't need a flashlight. And she kind of looks up at the moonlight and then back down. This is fine. We have plenty of light.
Cat hair has been tickling my nose all stream. I've just found it.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Well, okay. I mean, can you still see it there along the bank?
Claudia kind of ducks around and starts walking further into the woods. I don't think so. And she walks further in, looking for the eyes. But I think it went this way. She pulls them along, leaves sort of crunching underneath her feet.
Yeah, Elliot tags along. You walk, but you can't see anything. The creature, whatever it was, seems to have disappeared. Full as it was.
That's weird. Do you think it was a ghost?
Don't be silly, ghosts don't exist.
What do you mean ghosts don't exist?
Have you ever seen one?
I mean, no. Doesn't mean they don't exist.
Oh, you're just trying to spook me again.
I'm not trying to spook you. You said you weren't scared.
I didn't say I was scared, I said you was trying to scare me.
We
What?
could be Leafside's first ghost hunter.
Well, okay, well, if we're going to be ghost hunting, then what do we need to do? We need to find, like, some ectoplasm or something, right? That's what they do in the movie.
Ectoplasm? Gross. This isn't Ghostbusters.
Well, I don't know. What's your frame of reference?
I feel like eventually Claudia's dad would come walking out of the woods and be like, Claudia? Is that you?
Oh, shit. And Claudia pulls Elliot behind a tree. And she pulls them close. Don't fucking say anything, I swear to God, Elliot.
And he's gonna kind of click on his flashlight and look around. And like it passes right by you guys. Like your like elbow is right by where the light just kind of like goes past the tree with you guys like snuggled up behind it. And he kind of like looks around. He's like, Claudia? And waits for
Shouldn't we say something?
but
Don't say anything.
and then he is actually going to turn off his flashlight and act like he's going back towards the house.
What is he doing across the trestle? No one goes over here.
We can see where he came from. Why don't we go and look?
Claudia's gonna kind of peek out behind the tree and see if she sees like where his flashlight is or if he's gone.
I think by this time, like he would have walked back across the trestle, and if you do see his flashlight, you just kind of see it flickering through the trees in the distance.
See, he's long gone.
Yeah, Claudia ducks back behind the tree, and I think kind of for a moment gives Elliot like a, oh, we're extremely close look, and she kind of awkwardly steps back.
Yeah,
and clears her throat.
Elliot sort of does the same.
Yeah, we can we'll just go look to see where he where he came from.
How old are we at this point?
Claudia's probably in modern time in her junior year, maybe senior year. No, I think it's the summer between junior and senior. So this is probably like freshman, sophomore year.
A couple of years ago then.
Yeah.
So 15, 16.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, let's go see what he was doing out here. Creepy, hanging out in the woods. What?
I mean, does that make us creeps? Because we're also hanging out in the woods.
No, because we're investigators, remember?
That's right. We're basically the Hardy Boys. And she heads out kind of towards in the direction where she saw her dad come from.
Okay, if she goes, I'm gonna say that she can kind of make out a like kind of not a clear path, like it's not like there's an actual dirt path there, but there's definitely a path he's taken through the trees that you can tell he's taken many times, probably when you were younger and recently since he's been exploring the forest again, where you can kind of see where his shoes have worn down the grass in the woods, and there's kind of some broken branches where he walks through.
Elliot, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
Willing to admit you're scared?
I didn't say I was scared.
What kind of bad feeling then?
You know, just like a gut feeling, like my intuition, my detective's intuition.
Okay. So what, are you saying that your gut feeling that isn't scared is definitely telling you to turn back?
I'm not saying it's telling me to turn back. I don't think this is good.
Well, yeah, no, it's probably not. What does he do out here? This is creepy.
I know. He doesn't hunt. At least I don't think he does. I don't even think he owns a gun.
Who hunts at night anyway?
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Talking of not seeing anything, I'm really wishing we'd bought a flashlight.
Yeah, no kidding, Elliot. Whose fault was that?
I mean, we could have both bought a flashlight. You could have bought a flashlight just as much as I could.
We're not talking about me. We're talking about you here. And she keeps following this worn down path to see where it leads.
I think it's gonna lead to the warehouse in the woods that's been discussed a few times in our campaign.
Hmm.
The one that's used by the werewolves. The ones where they found the werewolves that Francis killed in the future.
I don't remember there being warehouse. This is exciting.
Am I remembering that right?
Yeah, you're totally right. There is like a warehouse that the werewolves use.
Yeah. Like way out in the woods.
Yeah.
Secret place where the werewolves keep things.
Oh, neat. Yeah, as soon as Claudia kind of sees this building, she's gonna duck behind another tree and peek back out. What the hell is that?
Sorry, chat, that's hilarious.
I know.
I think you can hear voices inside.
Oh no. Yeah, Claudia turns to Elliot and like does one of these. And looks around and grabs the biggest stick she can find.
As you look around, you're going to notice that there are just like big, like animalistic footprints in like the mud and like scratches on the trees nearby.
Elliot sort of whispers, I know I bought flashlights. Thank God for the full moon. At least we can see.
I can't believe y'all are turning it back to werewolves on me.
Oh, you love it and you know it.
Yep. Where Claudia goes, yeah, no kidding, at least there's that. No, shut up. She kind of crouches down. She's gonna kind of walk as quietly as she can over to like maybe a door. I don't know if this warehouse has like big windows or things like that.
I don't know. I think if it's out in the woods, I'm sort of like visioning it more like sort of like a shack, you know, sort of like the like abandoned buildings you'd find out in the woods, sort of thing. Maybe it's got like some big like barn house style doors. Maybe it's an old barn or something that's just been.
Yeah, old barn, creepy old barn.
Yeah. Creepy old barn. And these two voices, they're discussing your father. What's your father's name?
Oh shoot. I forgot his name. We'll say his name is his name is Harry.
That sounds even better with the slight American accent on it as well. It just sounds like Harry to me, which makes it even better. So they're like they're discussing him. And Harry's a good man. We can trust him.
Yeah, Claudia gets closer to the barn door, and looks back at Elliot, and tries to move the barn door a little bit so she could peek in.
I feel like this might be a roll. I need to remind myself what the rolls are.
You don't know that? You don't know if this is gonna be a roll?
I don't know what kind of role it would be. Like
No, it's not like a sneak thing or anything, is it?
The closest thing would probably be keep your cool.
Yeah, no, I think I'll let it go for a little while longer. You move the door. What are you trying to achieve?
I'm just trying to see who these folks are. I'm trying to see who's talking.
Future you would recognize what's the wolf queen's name?
June,
that's it. June, and with her is another brute of a man wearing ripped clothes. He looks like a woodsy sort of guy.
Is it one of my classmates or is it like...
No, this is an old guy.
Okay. Yeah, Claudia looks back at Elliot, and then looks back into the barn again, and tries to hear if they're saying anything else.
I imagine they might say something like, "Look, we don't have long until the change. We should get these boxes stacked up before it comes on us."
Yeah, Claudia will turn around and kind of place her back against the barn door and look at Elliot. They're talking about my dad. Something about a change? I don't
know.
I wonder what's in those boxes.
Only one way to find out.
Okay, but how are we gonna get in there without them seeing us? Also, what is this place?
I don't know. I've never seen it before. I've never even been across the trestle before.
Oh my god. Elliot, do you think this is like a drug thing?
Or like organ trafficking or something like that.
Oh my god, organ trafficking?
Does your dad seem like the type?
I don't know. Are you asking me if my dad seems like he sells organs on the black market? It's my dad!
Wow, he's kept this under wraps really well.
My dad doesn't seem like he does anything but cook burgers.
How do you know they're burgers?
Oh no! She's like she's shaking and like.
When she started, did Claudia shut the door, or did she just turn around and like start talking to Elliot?
Oh, you know she did not shut that door.
Yeah. Once she starts once her voice raises in pitch a little bit and she starts freaking out, June is gonna yell, "Hey, who's out there?"
Oh shit! Claudia's gonna try to book it around the side of the barn and kind of like hide against the wall, like press herself up against the wall. She's dragging Elliot behind her.
Can you roll to run away?
Yes, I sure can, I guess. Gotta open up my character sheet. That's with volatile. Woo-hoo. Alright. I'm great at volatile. Yes. I think Claudia pulls Elliot around the corner and kind of waits and listens to see if she hears the barn door open.
Yeah, I think the people that were talking in there are going to walk out and look around. I don't know if they need flashlight. I don't know how werewolves. I don't know if they need flashlights when they're in their human form, or if they can just kind of like see in the dark. But let's say that while they're people, they can just kind of they need flashlights, so they kind of like turn on their flashlights and kind of look around into the woods.
One
Don't
of
really. What?
One of them's like smells like the woods in autumn.
Your musk worked out for the best here. It's your camp.
Hiding under my musk. I hate it.
So they kind of look around, and you hear one of them turn to the other and say, we should send some of our people out to patrol these woods. We really don't need mundane people wandering around while we're changed.
You remember why we stopped that? Them teenagers that nearly found out about us.
Yeah, we should really get people out of here. No one's supposed to cross the castle.
I don't know where else we'll go. I mean, we need this stuff.
We'll figure it out, but it probably shouldn't be tonight. Don't have the time.
While they're out in front of the barn, Claudia is gonna pull Elliot towards the back of the barn and try to find like the back door of the barn, like one of the side doors. Or if there's like, you know how they have that little open spot at the in the top.
Mm-hmm.
See if there's anything up there that she can anything she can climb on to get through there, or like anything like that. What's back here? What's this barn?
I think it's got to have like a pulley system and a rope that will lead up to a hatch up there. Hayloft.
Oh, perfect. Trying not to make any sound, Claudia's gonna like grab the rope and then point at Elliot and then point at the other rope. Use your little arms and pull me up.
Okay. He starts pulling.
Yeah, when she gets up to the top, she's gonna grab onto the rope and she's gonna go, "No, you go, you grab it." And she's going to try as best as she possibly can. And I think it takes a very long time for her tiny little arms to pull Elliot up.
Yeah, I think that one's gonna be a keep your cool.
No. Just let me see what's in these boxes. Just let me do it. Roll with cold. Okay.
Ooh. I forget what a partial succeed is. Hold on.
On a 7 to 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through it.
Oh, okay. So on the partial success, I think you can both get up there, but right as Elliot gets up, the pulley's gonna snap.
Cool.
You don't have to. Like, you can leave Elliot
yeah,
down.
no, we're still gonna do it. We're still gonna do it.
Okay.
Yep. Get that pulley out of here. We don't need it.
Just as he like gets there, it like snaps and he like clings to the edge.
Yeah. Claudia kind of surges forward and grabs them by the arms and tries to pull with all of her strength. Kind of pulls them up into the barn.
Yeah, it makes a real loud noise as well.
Oh, cool. Great. Cool. And I think while they're both kind of laying there, she freezes to see if she can hear anybody like moving around or anything.
I mean, I'd say looking around on this hayloft, there's just like carcasses. Like deer that have been ripped clean. They haven't been butchered at all. They've just been ripped up, and other animals too. Like they've been hiding these carcasses here for some dark purpose, or maybe some ritual or sacrifice or something.
Oh my god. She's gonna push Elliot off of her and look around. Do you see this?
It's obvious.
What's obvious?
Your dad's a Satanist.
What? Oh my god. My dad's a Satanist.
He must be.
Knowing who Elliot is so funny right now because I feel like they're just messing with Claudia.
That tracks for Elliot. And
A Satanist who serves people human food. And I mean human food.
no, he wouldn't do that.
What's in the boxes?
Oh, I don't even know if I want to know anymore. I feel sick. A cult? Really? In our town? Why is it always the small towns that have the cults? Okay.
They were talking about teenagers, weren't they? You don't think they did some sort of suicide pact stuff?
No. Well, they did talk about the change.
Like a Passover?
I think like a Passover. Okay, this is fine. You know what? We are going to be local heroes because we're gonna uncover the cult, and then we're gonna grab some evidence, and then we're gonna go right to the police. This seems like a solid plan.
Okay. Well, what evidence are we gonna grab?
Well, I didn't bring a camera. That would have been helpful. I guess whatever's in the box?
What, should we just like pick up a little one?
When Claudia looks down, how big are these boxes?
I was imagining like crates, but I don't know if it's like a hodgepodge of different containers that the werewolves are using in this barn. They could be just like all sizes.
Okay. Yeah, she looks back over to Elliot. I guess we could take a small one, or just like whatever is in the box, we could take a little. No, because that's weird, because then it just seems like we have that. Let's just go look. Maybe it's not a cult. maybe my dad really does hunt, and this is just some kind of weird hunting thing, hunting group. They have that, right? Hunting clubs.
Yeah.
Claudia's gonna find the ladder down into the barn. She's gonna slowly make her way down the ladder and through the barn, trying to hide and crouch as much as she can, getting over to these boxes. And when
And how are you doing with that? Are you keeping your cool?
I suppose we should check. To see if I'm keeping my cool with my -1 in cold. I am keeping the hell out of my cool.
Oh, hell yeah, you are.
And I think she lifts the she lifts one of the lid. That's the word I'm looking for. She lifts the lid on one of these crates. See if she can get a good look.
This crate is rammed full with garlic.
What the fuck?
Maybe they black market the seasoning as well as the people?
Elliot, this is not a time for jokes.
I don't know, I'm just clutching at straws.
Okay. This is a lot of garlic. Like, this is more garlic than you would. A little garlic goes a long way. I don't even think we have this much garlic in the cooler and in the diner.
Do you think this is maybe a lot more innocent then? Maybe they're garlic collectors and your dad comes out to get garlic every now and then?
My dad has like people he goes through for that. Other businesses, other farms.
Maybe it's a front. Maybe we should cut one open and see if it's full of drugs.
Yeah, she busts one open. Nope. Just fucking garlic, I guess. It's just... Maybe it's a part of the cult thing. Did they eat the garlic, or
like burn it in a chalice or something.
why would you burn garlic in a chalice? That would be gross.
I don't know. Why do cultists do anything?
She's gonna look in a bunch of different boxes. See what else is in these boxes.
Vials of water.
Okay.
Wooden stakes.
Okay. This is definitely drugs, though. She holds it up.
And ironically, crosses.
Yeah, she starts pulling all this out and she sets it in front of Elliot. And I think the light bulb goes on in her head. So, you remember how we kind of joked about being ghost hunters and how goofy that was?
Yeah.
I think we just stumbled upon a group of vampire hunters? That sounds dumb. Claudia stands up. Hey, this is dumb. Is there anybody in here?
Yeah, I reckon. The older man looks your way and looks absolutely panicked to see you here. He's like, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. She's like holding up the cross and like the garlic.
I think he's just gonna like come across and just like grab you and Elliot by like the scruff and just start like marching you out. Just like,
Hey!
you shouldn't be out here. This is gonna be dangerous.
Oh please, this isn't dangerous. This is dumb. And she kind of as she's struggling, she kind of tries to push him off. What are you guys doing? Are you guys some kind of like squad? Are you guys a squad? Can we join?
June.
And June's gonna come like running in, like, what?
These kids have been snooping around. It's not long, he says and looks up at the moon.
Oh, what? It's not long before the vampires come out.
And June just kind of like stares at you guys and just sighs and kind of motions over a couple more of the werewolf. He's like, I need y'all to get these kids back home. They're just gonna cause us trouble out here tonight.
Not as much as those vampires are gonna cause you trouble. If anybody asks, this was their idea? And she's pointing at Elliot.
Hey, don't pin that on me.
She kind of turns around. All right, we're going. We'll leave you to your hunting.
Say, wait a minute. Aren't you Harry's girl?
Who? Harry? Never heard of him. I'm Julie.
Claudia
What's my name?
needs a haircut every week. He talks about you.
Okay, I feel like every week is a bit of an exaggeration.
You
Yeah, I'm Harry's kid.
You better get out of here, but he'll hear about this.
And what? What if we didn't even do anything? You can't threaten me with that.
I think he's just gonna sort of like do the whole, oh god. Get out of here! And he's gonna like run back into the barn.
Yeah, I think she completely oblivious is just like whatever and grabs Elliot by the arm and starts pulling them back through the woods and back towards the trestle.
You're gonna notice as you guys are walking through the woods that the wolves June waved over they're not escorting you, but they're kind of like trailing like a safe distance behind you guys to make sure that you actually go home.
Thanks, Scrat.
Yeah, you can hear barbaric noises from behind you. That's scary.
Yeah, I think it's not until she hears like the noises that she's gonna book it across the trestle and back home, pulling Elliot behind her. So we never talk about that again, right? That never happened.
I can't stop it.
Once you start, what?
I tried stopping it, and Roll20 was just like, no.
Nope. Listen, once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Yeah. Still not as fun as
Yeah.
the time that we were playing those to the happy music, but still.
But yeah, I think that's where I'd like to end, with Claudia just like, this never happened.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind revisiting Elvis now that we're into the swing of things. Like, he just sort of like had a little conversation with his mom. He didn't get in trouble or nothing.
Yeah.
But I need a little break for a second. So I'll be
Yeah,
right
of
back.
course. Go for it. Is there anything that you want to ask me? Is there anything that you want to ask Elvis, Meg?
Oh, let's see. I feel like we've had such good questions, and just like trying to think of something cool for Elvis specifically.
He's the goodest boy. He's just dumb as a bag of rocks.
He's so good. When you were talking about the prom thing, I just like felt bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, let's think about things that he's done. When the police turned up, he was very familiar with the police, so he's probably had a bunch of encounters with the cops.
Yeah.
What else? Hunting.
So
Hunts all the time.
yeah, like I'm trying to think of a yes or no way to phrase this. I guess it doesn't have to be yes or no question.
Yeah, no, you can just ask me questions. It's fine.
Like maybe how old he was when he had his first run-in with the cops and why.
Oh, it was that prom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because guess what? Guess who didn't go to the prom with him, and he turned up without a date, and of course people picked on him, so he just kind of left. But he told his ma that he was going to be at the prom all night, and he didn't want to go home. She could see right through when he was lying, as we saw earlier. She was just like, she saw right through him, so he didn't go back home. Instead, he went and met his new friend Frank.
Frank, that's the liquor store guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
And he asked Frank if Frank wanted to go hunting. And Frank was like, nah, but do you want to try out some of the stuff I've been making? And he got a taste for moonshine.
Moonshine, okay. So was his first run-in with the cops because he was drunk, or was it like since he showed up without a date and then was out in the woods with somebody later with a gun, like maybe they thought that he did something to Lorena?
Ooh. Let's play it out.
Oh, okay. All right. Where should we start with this one?
You pick.
Oh, so he went to prom without a date, and he kind of got a little bit, so he left early and went to. So did he already know Frank at this point?
It was like he's like a brand new friend. He'd only really met him this week or so.
Okay, so he knew that Frank was working at the liquor store that night, and he was lonely after he left prom. So
he's not actually a liquor store guy. He's an antiques guy who has liquor out the back.
Oh, got it. All right.
So
yeah, for some reason I've always thought of him as the liquor store guy.
I mean, he essentially is, but
yeah,
it's all a front. There's nothing legal about it.
Okay, so we can start from where Elvis walks in after leaving prom early, and Frank's working at the front desk.
Wait. Can we refresh me on what's going on?
Yeah. So
Okay.
The question was, do you remember the first time Eric had a run-in with the police? And I said yes, and it was that same weekend of the prom. Of course, he ended up going without a date, and of course, a certain group of girls picked on him, so he left early. But he didn't want to go back to his mum because he knew that she'd see right through him, so instead he went to meet his new friend, Frank.
Frank. And Frank is, remind me again, he's
the antique store owner who has moonshine out the back, where Elvis gets all his moonshine current day.
Right. Okay, continue. Go on.
Yeah. Hey, Frank, you open?
I was getting ready to close up, but if you need... Ooh, you're just fancy. What happened with you?
I don't really want to talk about it. Why don't we go hunting or something?
In a tux?
Well, the deer ain't gonna care.
I suppose.
Could I ask if Elvis is wearing his hat with the tux?
baseball cap with tux. Truckers,
Yes.
baseball cap with the tux. Red spotty bow tie.
Okay, sorry, go on.
And Frank's gonna say, well, yeah, since I was getting ready to close up, if it's fine with you, I got a couple of guns in the back of my car. We can head off into the woods for some hunting. You seem like you need a pick-me-up.
Yeah, I guess I could. You know, I'd rather just forget. You know, I just don't want to think about it.
Okay.
Hunting usually takes my mind off things.
Don't want to talk about it? Don't have to. And so he'll kind of finish closing up the store. I imagine antique stores are kind of creepy around closing time. He's like, oh, I got some moonshine out the back. Fresh batch. I can bring some with us and we can have a couple of drinks too. So he's kind of shutting everything down, turning out the lights, and then heads into the back to grab like a jar or two.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really drank much, but I'll give it a go.
He goes, if you just have a couple of drinks, you won't get too drunk. And it's a nice way to get your mind off of things, takes the edge off.
Oh, hell, sign me up.
So I guess Frank would let Elvis into his car. Like if they walked out to the parking lot, he'd open the passenger side door for him and be like, "Get on in, kid."
Yeah, hang on a minute. Let me just grab my boots from the truck. I rented the shoes, so I don't want to get them messy.
Sure thing, sounds good.
So he's gonna go and take off his like dress shoes and put on like hiking boots with his tux. Like,
His dress pants.
yeah. All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's head out. And they kind of, I don't know how hunting works, but I guess he drives off kind of down the road a little bit. It's a little stretch of like actual road, and then eventually he turns off onto kind of like a dirt gravel kind of thing and pulls into this little makeshift parking lot. It seems like a common place for people to go hunting around here.
Say, I know this spot. You know, about a mile west of here, there's a nice patch of land. I'm gonna build myself a shack out here when I'm older.
That sounds great, kid. I hope you get to live your dreams.
Say, you got any of that moonshine you said helps forget?
Frank's gonna go ahead and he pops the lid off the jar of moonshine that he has in the car with you guys, and he'll just kind of produce a couple glasses, nothing fancy, just like, you know, like the branded glasses that you get for free from places that you go to, and he hands you one and just pours you something to drink.
Yeah, and
He's like, it burns a little bit on the way down, be careful.
yeah, like he takes the first sip and he's like, "Oh wow, okay." Whew. And then goes for a much longer draft.
And Frank kind of laughs at that. He does that like full belly laugh thing where he throws his head back and like ha 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 at you.
All right, so what are we hunting for? Deer?
Deer's as good as anything. Anything you want, I guess.
Well, hell, I guess it'd be anything we can get.
Yeah.
I never hunted in a tux before.
Did you rent that thing?
Yeah, I did. I'll be real careful not to touch the bushes or nothing.
He's gonna reach into the back of his car and like pull out like a raincoat or something and throw it at you.
Well, hell, that'll help. Thank you. It's gonna be
Yeah, just try to
warmer.
keep the mud off it. Get your money's worth.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's head on out.
Okay. So,
So there, he's drunk hunting. He's realized that the safety's going to be a problem, so he's taken the safety off the gun, so that he can get off a quick shot if he needs to. He's walking with it loaded. It's probably a buckshot.
Yeah, I don't think it's too long that you guys are kind of walking through the woods. You and Frank have been passing this I want to say it's a flask, but realistically it's probably just a mason jar he has in his pocket of moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys sort of spot a deer passing over the ridge line.
Hell, you see it? How far is that? What? 200, 300 yards? No, wait, longer.
And Frank's gonna be like, trust your judgment, kid. You want to take a shot at it?
Well, hell, I'll take a shot. Here, hold my beer. And he like lines up the buckshot. Everything's swaying, but he gets like the deer in like his in his line of sight and just like fires.
I kind of want you to roll to lash out physically.
Yeah, okay.
I thought about maybe keep your cool, but I'm gonna try lash out physically.
Oh, that is with a +3 though. It should be +2 if we haven't taken my campaign experience on.
I mean, it's still a 10, it's still a success. So, yeah, you somehow are able to manage to hit this deer, but you see it kind of take off over the ridge line.
Hell, I hit it upwards, but I hit it.
That's a great job. Let's see where it went.
Alright, let's go. It's just over the ridge over there. And while we're walking, I'm gonna be like looking down the gun, like reloading it.
For now, Frank is holding his liquor, so he's looking at you and is kind of like, "You okay there, Elvis? I don't know if you should be hunting like that."
What are you talking about? You see me make that shot?
I mean, you made the shot okay, but I just don't want you to get hurt. I don't want to hurt you to hurt yourself. It doesn't look like you're walking straight. I think that moonshine might have hit you harder than you thought it would.
What are you trying to say? You trying to call me a freak as well?
Now, I didn't say you freak, boy. Listen, maybe we should talk about this if you're really that upset.
No, I'm not upset. I was riding high until you started mouthing off. I hit a deer. I can't usually hit them things sober from this distance.
Now, Elvis, you're just a kid. I'm responsible for you. Sorry, go ahead.
As the two, as you and Frank are talking, you both are walking along, and you don't see this. Y'all are so focused, and Elvis, you are so drunk, you don't see this deer in front of you, and you trip, and you fall forward, and the gun goes off. And when you turn around, Frank's Frank's on the ground holding his thigh.
Oh shit! Like suddenly sober right up as much as a young teenager can. Gets that cold sweat feeling. He runs over and he's like, "Are you all right? Are you gonna die?"
And Frank is doing his absolute best. Like, he's sitting there like, oh, like kind of groaning in pain and stuff, but he's also trying to like keep it together so he can talk to Elvis. And he's like, "Kid, I really need you to get somewhere where you can get service and call an ambulance. This is not something we need to take care of, and I can't have you driving me to the hospital when you're in this state. So I
Shit.
need you to call.
God damn it. Well, look, no one's gonna touch my deer. I'll drag you back to the parking lot. No ambulance is gonna get out here. I'm gonna have to drag your ass back.
You cannot drive like this, Elvis. You need to call the ambulance.
Well, I won't drive, but I don't want to leave you out here in the woods alone bleeding. I'll at least take you back to the parking lot and see if I can get service there. Oh, come on, that makes sense.
Frank is gonna kinda... I mean, you're not supposed to, but I've driven buzzed a couple times, so, you know, as long as you're careful, Elvis, don't go too fast.
I'm not talking about driving, I'm just talking about dragging your ass. And I'm gonna start trying to lift him up, and like, Elvis is actually quite strong for he's out in the woods all the time, so like, he probably throws him over his shoulder like a deer. like that sort of thing, and just starts walking back to the parking lot. You alright? You're bleeding a lot. You gonna pass out on me?
When we get to the parking lot, maybe I can tear off some fabric and wrap it around the top of my thigh so I don't bleed out.
I carry him back to the parking lot.
And he does that. He's going to find some scraps of fabric in his car where he's used for not gunshot wounds, but injuries happen out here in the woods. So he's gonna have scraps of fabric in there, and he's gonna tie it around the top of his thigh.
Yes, he's kind of propped up against the side of the truck, and wrapping his leg up. And Elvis, you move to the other side to grab your phone and get some service. And when you come back around to check on Frank, he's gone.
Frank? Frank? What the hell? He's gonna start like bellowing. I'm not gonna do it because I'm in England where everyone's asleep. But he's gonna like be bellowing like, Frank, where the hell you gone? Frank!
Yeah, you can hear like rustling off deeper into the woods.
Oh shit. He's gonna sling the rifles into the back of the truck. He doesn't want to carry a rifle anymore, but he's like, shit, he's gotta have like a 9mm or something. And just check the glove box.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he's got a 9mm in there.
Awesome. He like just takes it, just picks it back. Yeah, it's loaded. Sweet. Okay. And he's gonna head towards his rustling. Frank?
Yeah, you follow the wrestling for a long time, but it's very difficult for you to keep up. And at one point, you stop hearing the wrestling as you come out of the backside of the woods, and you realize you're back over near the motel.
What in the hell? Frank?
You don't hear Frank, but you do see, as you're kind of wandering around, blood trailing through the parking lot.
Well, that's good enough tracks for me. I'll hunt it. I'll follow it.
Hunting Frank.
Hey, I'll
So,
follow
yeah,
the blood along.
Follow the blood along, and it leads to a motel room, we'll say number 6.
Motel number 6. Okay.
And you try the doorknob, but the doorknob's locked.
What time is it right now? Prom night, so it's probably like quite late.
Somewhere between 10 and midnight, I'm sure.
I know if my mom's awake, then she'll probably have the key. The hell, Frank could be bleeding out in there. Oh. Shit, I'll just kick it.
Roll to lash out physically again.
Partial.
Yeah, you manage to, you don't kick it down, but you do kick it open. It swings open, it slams, and you see Frank laying on the bed, but you feel someone grab you from behind with their arm around your neck.
Does this feel like a large person, like someone who could overpower me?
Yes.
Okay, so I've got the pistol in my hand, so I'm just gonna now, Mister. I'm gonna like put it behind me, like under my arm, and poke it into their ribs. Like, I don't know what in the hell you think you're doing, but I suggest you let go.
They stop, and they roll to keep your cool.
Oh shit! I'm not good at keeping my cool. I'm really not good at keeping my cool.
This one arm that's been around your neck, you don't know where the other arm is until you feel the gun ripped out of your hand.
More sweat. So I guess with that, keep the cool as well. I was like, now, Mister, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you take your arm away.
Ooh, how do I want to resolve this? Elvis, you go flying out the window. And you hear your mom run out of the office and she's yelling, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh shit, she thinks I'm at the prom.
And you see this this figure that had thrown you out the window. It climbs out. And you can't see them, but they race past you and off back into the woods behind the motel. And your mom comes running up to you and...
Can I try and trip them as they run past me? I just want to grab their leg.
Yes. I want to say that's another... What do you think, Meg? Is that lash out physically, or is it because you're not trying to do harm? Or is that another keep your cool roll?
Let's see. I think it should be lash out physically, just because if he does get tripped, it might do him harm, even if he's not intending to.
Okay. That's fine with me.
That should actually be a 9 because I've got +3 and I should only have +2 at this age.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to trip them, and they kind of go tumbling. They don't get very far, but they don't look like they're really hurt either. And they're able to kind of get back up, but you're also able to stand up by this point.
Can I see the gun?
You don't see the gun. Unless... Well, I won't say that. You don't see the gun on him.
I can't help it. I want to look at him and I want to search him for the gun, but I have to check over my shoulder to see if my mom's looking.
Yeah, you look over, and your mom's looking. She's running over to you.
Oh shit. I like snatch off my hat, like I like starts trying to sort of like stand straight, and then I realise that I am still drunk. I've just been putting it off, and
And it's around this time too that you start hearing sirens off in the distance.
Hey, Ma.
Elvis, what the hell is going on? Aren't you supposed to be at prom? Who the hell is? And she goes to point over at the figure, but the figure's gone.
Boy, have I had a doozy of a day.
What have you been up to? What have you been doing?
There I was, minding my own business, going to the prom.
You
And then
broke my damn window. I thought somebody was trying to break in.
Well, no. You said the guy's gone?
Yeah.
He was... Oh, hell! And I, like, throw my hat at the floor, like, losing my cool in front of my mom and everything, like...
Yeah. You want to explain yourself?
Not much, no.
Well, you're either going to explain yourself to me, or you're going to explain yourself to the cops. And she kind of moves over and she looks over into the hotel room. Is that Frank?
Yeah, I shot him.
You shot Frank.
I didn't mean to, it was an accident. We were out hunting.
Boy, you are going to get such a whooping. And if it ain't me, it's gonna be the cops.
Yep.
Yep, what?
Around this time is when like the police cars would kind of start to pull up.
I suppose it's yes, I guess so, Ma.
Yes, I guess so. You trying to have an attitude with me?
No.
That's what I thought. I'm gonna go check on Frank. And she looks over at the officer who gets out of the out of the cop car, and she gives him this look like,
What is her name now? What's Elvis's mom's name?
oh
Mary.
yeah, Mary.
Mary McGinnis. Oh, no, sorry, McKinley. McKinley. That was us. That was McKinley's.
Mary McKinley. And the cop gets out of the car and is like, "Hey, Miss Mary, what's going on tonight?"
Well, I suppose you should ask my boy. Elvis, would you mind telling the nice officer what's going on?
I don't suppose it matters much, but I can try. Boy, have I had a doozy of a day. There I went to the prom all by myself. And then I ended up at Frank's and we went hunting. I shot a deer too. There's a deer out there if you need evidence. I shot a deer. Unfortunately, then I shot Frank.
You shot Frank? Is Frank here?
Yeah, it was only a leg shot. I just winged him. I didn't mean to. I dropped the gun. I'd kind of been drinking.
We need that man to get to the hospital, and he like actually pulls out the. He reaches into his car window and pulls out the cop radio and is like, "Yeah, we got a guy here with a shot leg. We're gonna need an ambulance at Mary McKinley's place, the motel." And he kind of like hangs it back up and it's like, "I'm real sorry about this, son. I'm sure you're a nice boy, but if we really gotta take you in and talk to you about this a little bit more, especially because we've heard around town that you were supposed to take Miss Lorena to prom, and now her house is empty. Nobody's home. Nobody knows where she is. We're not saying anything about you. We just want to ask you a couple questions. That's all."
Say what? No, I didn't do nothing. I wanted to take Lorena to the prom. I wanted to take Lorena to the prom, but she said no. I ended up going on my own.
Yeah, but people are just kind of, Lorena was supposed to go to prom and she didn't show up, and we're not accusing you of anything. We just want to bring you down to the station and ask you some questions. That's all.
Yeah, throw that boy in the drunk tank while you're at it.
Oh, he's been drinking.
I had a jar or two. And what of it? In that a rat on prom night?
You know, you seem like a nice kid. Again, we just need to ask you
Nice
some
kid. A
questions.
nice kid would be drinking wine coolers on prom night, not out hunting drinking moonshine. I don't know why you're friends with Frank anyway. This is not how to talk with him when he wakes up.
Alright, Ma. I'm not gonna fight you, officer. If you need to take me to the station, you better do it.
All right. And then the officer's gonna kind of open the back of the car and invite Elvis.
Elvis does that, like, first time arrested thing where he goes to get in the passenger door.
And he's like, "No, son, you need to stay in the back. It's just a formality."
Alright, okay.
And the cop kind of, before he leaves, the cop kind of looks up at Mary and is like, "Real sorry about this, Mary. If you want to meet him down there, you can.
Well, how
Otherwise-
about this? I'll just pick him up in the morning, teach him a lesson.
All right. Sounds good to us." And he,
Gotta clean up this mess anyway. God damn it, Elvis.
Oh, I got, oh shit, this is gonna get me in more trouble. I've got his keys here. I didn't drive none, but I got his keys for his truck. It's over in the woods. There's 2 guns in the back. They're not particularly locked away or nothing.
Yeah, she grabs the keys from him. Well, I'll go get it. And she walks she walks back into the motel room to start cleaning up the mess.
Elvis just sort of like leans back in the cop seat, just like.
okay. And on the way there, he's not really gonna ask Elvis a whole lot. He got basically most of what he needed, so he's not gonna ask him much else aside from what he's gonna ask at the station. So he's just kind of driving along, and if Elvis is gonna talk to him, you can talk.
So what's all this about Lorena? You were saying she's gone missing?
Oh, we don't know if she's missing. We know that nobody's home. I don't know, just the whole house has been dark. Nobody saw them leaving. So the whole family could have up and left. We don't know if someone's behind it. We don't know if anybody knows anything about it. So we're just doing what we can.
Picking up a lot of background noise from you at the moment, man. I'm picking up a lot of background noise at the moment.
Oh.
I think it's like shuffling or something like that. Like, I don't know what it is, but it stops now. So.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be in the back. Like, what? You mean she skipped town on me? She was gonna be my girlfriend. You know, we were gonna get married.
And he kind of chuckles at that and is like, "Oh, really now?"
Look, he takes off the raincoat. Look, I'm wearing a tux.
Oh, you got very dressed. You went hunting in your tux.
Yeah. It's alright, it's rented.
You know, Elvis, I know what it feels like to get stood up by a date. I know you're probably just trying to find a way to have a good time after getting stood up on prom. Just want to ask a couple questions. All right. You'll be at the station. We'll take good care of you. And then your mom's going to come get you in the morning.
Okay, whatever. You got questions, I'll try and answer them. I don't mind. I ain't done nothing wrong.
So eventually, like, you'll see like the ambulance go past back the other way in order for the paramedics to get Frank and maybe another cop in order to get a statement from your mom and Frank, probably, if he's conscious. And then eventually you guys get to the police station, and they're going to take you back into the interrogation room, that little area back there. It's going to be the cop and another one, and they're going to sit down with you, give you some water, be like, now listen, we want you, just for the record, to tell us the full story of tonight, start to finish. What exactly happened tonight?
Well, first of all, I got a text from Lorena saying, sorry, I'm going with Jake or George or something like that. Probably on my phone. Then I went to the prom on my own, because I went and rented this pretty suit, and I figured it'd be a shame to waste it. But I didn't have much of a good time there, so I decided to leave.
And you said that you went hunting in the woods with Frank?
Yeah, I went back to Frank's. He was just closing up, but he had some moonshine, and he was, I asked him if he wanted to hunt, and he said, well, hell, we can hunt and drink. And I was like, well, first time for everything.
All right. Where exactly in the woods did you and Frank go hunting?
Alright, if you go about 2 miles in to the east, there's that dirt trail that leads to that, like, unofficial parking lot out there where people can pull up and go hunting?
Yeah, we know it.
Yeah, okay, so we probably went less than a mile north of there. There's a deer out there somewhere. I need to go and pick that up. I shot it from must have been 300 or 400 yards away.
Impressive. Yeah, I'm sure you do need to go find that deer. Unfortunately, we got to keep you in here tonight. We're probably gonna go look through the woods ourselves. What else? You said that Lorena said that she was going with Jake and with someone else instead. You said Jake?
Hey man, let me get my phone out. I'll have a look for the text. Tell you straight. Oh, it was no, it wasn't Jake. It was Scott. Damn asshole. He's full of himself.
All right. When she told you this, did you feel jealous at all? Angry? Maybe?
Well, hell yeah, I did.
All right. Well, and you said that you hadn't seen her since then. You didn't see her at all today before prom or anything.
No, last time I saw her was at school.
All right. Well, we are gonna keep you in here for a little bit. We can give you just a cell for the night with like a cot to sleep on and everything. We might ask you some more questions later, but I think for now we're gonna do our own thing for a bit.
Alright, I've never been in one of these places before. Can I order takeout or something? I'm real hungry.
I don't know how this works.
You can, for sure. I
know he can't have takeout. I just don't know. Like they have food. I'm assuming.
I think when they throw you in the drunk tank a few hours later, one of the officers tells you have a visitor, and Frank comes in and he hands you a takeout box, and he goes, "Not much, but something from the diner."
How are you doing?
"Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing fine." They patched up the leg.
I knew I
Ain't
just winged you. You'd be okay.
Yeah, it was fine. You weren't. You've never been that great of a shot.
Hey, you kidding me? You see that deer shot?
I don't see the deer here, so can't prove anything.
Some bitch.
Sorry about you being stuck in here, kid. I'd get you out, but I think your mama would send hell after me.
Don't cross my mama.
I will say that Frank would know, since he's not in jail, that the cops have kind of sent a search party off into the woods where you guys were. Whether Frank chooses to share that with Elvis or not is up to them.
Yeah, I think he does. He says, "Well, I did do my best to clear your name, son. I told him you were with me. Told him the truth."
I've got your raincoat here. Feels real weird being in a cell, first of all, but second of all, being in a suit. This feels like a real bad precedent for the first time I stick a suit on.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, it's the classiest way you could be in jail, so at least you're in jail looking good. I'll tell you, every time I've been in jail, I haven't been in a suit. They sent a search party off into the woods.
Oh, well, good. Maybe they'll find my deer, and then we got proof.
Proof that you shot a deer?
Yep.
It's fine. They know you didn't have anything to do with it. It's weird, though. Apparently, just everything in the house is gone. Kids are gone. Parents are gone. What did you say to that girl?
I just asked her if she wanted to go out for prom.
I mean, I know you're kind of rough around the edges, but I didn't think you'd be that bad. Drive her out of town.
Hell, I don't know. Really? Her whole place is empty?
Whole thing. Not even a speck of dust in there.
Hell,
You
what?
just look like you're constipated. What's up?
I'm just worrying. What if there is something going on and they end up finding something out in the woods and then they go pin it on me? I've heard about these police types.
Elvis, they know you. What are they gonna find in the woods anyway? Ain't nothing out there but squirrels, deer. I've seen a wolf or two.
I don't know, I've heard weird things about over the trestle.
Well, nobody goes over the trestle. There's a reason for that.
Thanks for bringing the takeaway, I appreciate that. What do we got
no
here?
problem. Just some breakfast. Figure it's the best food to sober you up.
I think I've been quite coherent, really, for my first night drinking. I might take it up.
I wouldn't recommend it, but if you do, you always know where my place is. And yeah, Frank kind of knocks against the bars and leaves you in there.
I'm like, thanks, Frank, you're a true friend. Start eating.
Yeah, I know.
Around that time, the original police officer will probably walk back in here and just kind of like do the little hand wave at Frank and look at Elvis, and he's gonna be like, Well, fortunately for you, we couldn't find anything that made it look like you had anything to do with Lorena's disappearance. So, in the morning when your mom comes to get you, you're free to go. And just stay out of trouble, all right, son?
All right, you've been decent enough. What's your name, officer?
Oh shit. Let's.
I almost want it to be the officer from the.
Yeah, same. I can't remember his name though. It was like
I can't either.
Romero or something like that, or like someone will remember from the first three.
Oh shit! It was like.
It was either Rodriguez or Romero.
I think it was Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez.
Yeah. So he's gonna be like Officer Rodriguez. That's what you can call me.
All right, thank you. Can I call you Officer Rod?
I would actually rather you not. But
All right, Officer Rodriguez. I got it.
And he's just gonna go back to his desk or whatever he was at to file the police report for the night.
Weirdly wholesome.
Yeah. How have I managed this? Even when I'm getting arrested, this is weirdly wholesome. What's going on?
Listen,
Elvis
is just a good boy.
Yeah. Well, that brings us pretty close to 9 o'clock, which would be the normal time that we'd finish. So yeah, thank you for this, guys. I've really enjoyed this, going back and checking out our characters' past. It's been really cool.
Yeah, me too. This has been fun.
So, why don't some characters just be that way, Scrap? Aren't they? So let's go around. Let's say hello to everyone. Let's check in where you guys are, where we can find you guys at, what your favorite parts were, and yeah, all that good stuff. We'll go the other way around. So we'll start with Meg.
Hi, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at PishGameBon. The name that should be right on the overlay, I believe. Yes. And also I have a D&D blog at elfnotes.com. So those are my two actual places that you can find me. Was there another question?
Favorite part?
What?
Favorite part?
Okay. My favorite part. I loved the scene in the warehouse. Just like the whole shenanigans with Claudia and Elliot. It was so fun. Especially when she first opened the garlic and put together that they were vampire hunters, and was just like, oh, this is dumb. So funny.
Thank you. Next, Dingo.
Hey, ding dong, it's me. I'm Dingo. You can find me on Twitter at Where's My Dingus. For tomorrow, I'm gonna be on Off the Tables channel, my home channel, playing Monster of the Week. Saturdays, you'll find me on Pro Restarters channel playing Dragon Knights. That's it for the rest of the week, and the week after that, I'll be back on Off the Table doing all kinds of D&D, Burning Wheel, all that fun stuff. And my favorite part, I have a couple favorite parts. So definitely Chloe ditching Quinn in the bar. Scrap private messaged me and it was like, she ain't gonna be there.
I think like it was like less than 20 words, just like she's gonna go get them groceries and she's gonna go home on time.
I absolutely loved that. I loved that whole thing. I love Frank and Elvis's banter, and Elvis in the suit with the hat.
Yes, that visual.
And Elvis trying to ask out Lorena. Oh my god. It broke my tiny little heart. And I had one other part that I really loved that I was trying to, well, I forgot what it was, but anyway, this was so much fun.
Yeah. My favorite part was definitely stitching Quinn up. That was That was so much fun.
Mhm.
Like, I felt bad, but
I,
in
like,
the best.
Totally felt myself getting like closed in, and like, no.
Yeah, I could just tell when we'd like sewn the bag shut, you know, like.
Yeah.
And also, yeah. I actually like the warehouse was fun, but I really liked the banter between Elliot and Claudia in the woods as well.
Oh yeah.
I'm not scared, you're scared, you know, like that was
Yeah.
that reminded me a lot of being a kid. But yeah, I'm Scraticus. You guys can find me here. I've got a whole bunch of things to show you. Here are some social links: Discord, Twitter, and YouTube. You can find them all there. We also have a Patreon. That's the best way to support us. If you like the episode, you can support us for as little as $1 a month, and every dollar counts. Quite often, I actually prefer the smaller donations than the big ones because lots of small donations are less of a hit if you guys have to stop for any reason. What else have we got? We've got merch. Not only do we have merch, we've just released our Christmas logo over there, which you can get on a jumper. And at the moment, if you use the code FLASH on Redbubble, you can get a 30% discount, which I'm slightly salty about because I bought it yesterday before the 30% discount, and I should have waited for a code. What else do we have? We have sponsors. We have Bird in the Storm Publishing, who will be bringing us some content in January, and Mageham Press, who made the IV expansion in space called Dark Matter, which is a ton of fun. I love doing these. It's something that I think I'm going to start doing every time someone can't make a session, or a number of people can't make a session, doing the flashback episodes, because they're just so much fun. Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Tater, who's got the raid cry. Whoa, your sound shouldn't be on. There we go. Yeah, so today I'm going to take you across. We're going to go and visit Mini Terrain Domain, who, bless V, she was on our show earlier on today, and now I know she's over there, and she was having to recover from Alice's absolute mindfuckery to play her character properly over there, because Alice once again had us both head in hands for about 2/3 of the episode as we tried to figure out what the hell was going on in that timey-wimey, crazy storyline. Sorry, I'm trying to stall, but I can't type and type at the same time anyway, so type and talk at the same time. I can't talk. Oh, God.
You're doing great.
Yeah, thank you. That's wrong. That's not how you do it. This is what I get for typing and talk.
Pro streamers.
There we go. So when we get across, take the hypercross with us. We're live Monday to Thursday, 1 p.m, 6 p.m, and 10 p.m. Next week is going to be a mass amount of finales. This week, we're pretty much finished with the penultimate episodes now. Next up, we've got Ryutama. Tomorrow, over on the Greyhawk channel, we've got Uprising in the Perrin Lands. They're both penultimate episodes. Next week is the last week of all of them. And we take a short break and then begin our 13 days of Christmas. No, wait, hang a minute. Because I'm taking a day off in the middle, it's literally 12 days of Christmas. I did it, guys. I did it. I did
Nailed
the thing. By accident. All right. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. We will see you later. Bye.